Hey everyone, this is Show, and today we are going to rant and draw Sakura Wars, or Sakura Taisen. Now first I want to apologize that I have lost some footage. I was having terrible technical difficulties with this one. In fact, I lost it twice. And then there was audio difficulties in which I lost my first recording as well. So there just seems to be a bad omen floating around this particular video. But we're gonna keep on with it anyways. I'm going to end up starting with the coloring process of the main character of this picture with a bonus drawing after. Now, Sakura Wars in a nutshell is girls, 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 and robots. Now, we're going to get into some spoilers, so spoilers? Pew! Before we get into the manga review, we're going to do a brief history about Sakura Wars. Now, it started as a video game for the Sega Saturn back in 1996, and it was classified as a tactical role-playing game and dating sim. Just think Fire Emblem. There are 5 games in the series. Sakura Wars number 5 was released stateside in 2010 for the PlayStation 2 and the Wii. It took place in New York, and it's the only American release of a series. It also has a 25-episode-long anime series, some OVAs, a light novel, a live show, and manga, of course. There are 3 manga series. Sakura Taisen has 9 volumes in it, at which only 7 were translated. Then there's Sakura Taisen Sho Gekijo, which is a 4-koma type manga, which has 4 volumes. The 3rd series is Sakura Taisen Mangaban Dainibu, which is still running at 6 volumes. Only 7 of the Sakura Taisen original were translated by Tokyopop. This review will be about those 7 volumes that were translated, not the games or the anime, as I have never played nor read those. The series takes place in an alternate 1924 Japan with magic, demons, and steam-powered robots. Now don't quote me on the time frame, as at one point it says 1924, one point it says 1921, another point it says 1927, all within this same book. And no, there is not that kind of time lapse. I just think they were confused when they translated it. The story is haremish. It follows Ogami, your male lead. The first volume follows him and teaches you a bit about the world and the cast. Ogami is straight from the Navy turned ticket taker at the most popular theater in Tokyo, the Grand Imperial Theater. Once there, he meets the Flower Division troupe, and this is where your harem comes in. The seemingly main character is Sakura, who we have here in this picture. She is new to the group, a swordsman, and made to seem like the main love interest. So it is harem and there is an attraction or connection with all the characters, but they kind of focus on her being who's supposed to end up with Ogami. Whether she does or not, I'm not sure, as I don't have the remainder 2 volumes. All of the characters have backstories except for Sakura, at least in the volumes I have. It might take place in volumes 8 or 9. Now, I did try to look for 8 and 9 as either Japanese or scanlated with no such luck. Next is Sumida, your cliche anime bitch, drama queen. She's from a rich family of actresses, making her snobbish and spoiled like her shit don't stink. She even has that cliche laugh, the oh laugh. She's one of the veteran actors and also uses naginata in her spare time, or at least knows how to use it. Next, we have Iris, which is your cute little 9-year-old girl, a pedo's wet dream, I guess. She's French and a psychic and claims Ogami as her boyfriend and future husband. Because that's not creepy, Japan. Not at all. Next, we have Maria. She's a Russian-Japanese gunsman who plays male roles in the theater. She reminds me of Yamato Yuga from the Sailor Moon play, who plays Tuxedo Mask in that play. All the girls woo over Maria, and I wooed over Yamato because, oh my god, Yamato. But On another note, but I digress. Volume 1 and a little bit of Volume 2, we are also introduced to monsters and demons called Coma. But there are also monster robots as well, and I don't know if they're also called Coma. It's a little confusing since monsters aren't the main focus of this manga. Although they do call them monsters, they just don't call them Coma. At the end of Volume 1, Ogami wants to leave the theater to protect the city from the Coma. And in the beginning of Volume 2, we learn that Tokyo is in fact protected by the Flower Division Troupe, who pilot steam-powered robots called Kobu that are controlled by the girl's magic power, or a magic essence, or something. This picture shows Sakura on her Kobu. The thing about the Kobu that throws me off is the design. Who approved this design? I mean, clearly that's a penis. A robot penis. Like, why, Japan? Why? I can't unsee this. Oh. Anyways. As the series goes on, 2 new characters are introduced, including Koran, who is a Chinese techie that also works on the Kobu. She also invents things such as steam-powered air conditioners. Pretty much everything we have nowadays, but 1920s versions powered by steam. But don't get this confused with steampunk. It's not really steampunk-ish. Like, it doesn't have that aesthetic. Besides the fact that things are run on steam, it's very background and not a center focus. So don't come to this series expecting steampunk like some people did. And the final girl that we're introduced to is Kana. Not that Kana. A Japanese martial artist. She's a man of a woman, and she and Sumire do not get along at all. She's super nice, and the seemingly longest actress there. She's the most veteran, if you will. The manga is mostly Ogami developing connections with each girl. However, there are bad guys. There are 5 of them, and their goal is to release a bad dude on Japan. For reasons I don't really remember. And I reread the series, and that part, while writing this, and I still didn't get it down, but I digress. In the volumes that I have, 3 of them were defeated. Not much about them is very memorable, except the female bad guy has a Kobu that has arms coming out of its tits. Because Japan. Stop, Japan. The series has that late 90s anime cheese with over-the-top reactions, cliche lines, and tropes. As far as the art goes, it's really nice, albeit an older style. The artist is Iku Masa, whom has been working on Sakura Wars since 2003 and is still currently working on it today, which I found out by checking out her Twitter to see what else she does, and there are some pictures posted of current chapters. So if you're interested, you can go check her out. My only grievance with the series is its choices and edits made by Tokyopop. Not so much lost in translation choices. Manga pages have full bleed, which means the art goes all the way to the edge. However, a few instances, there were word bubbles and dialogues cut off. This is very unprofessional, not cool or kosher at all. This is sadly very common in Tokyopop series, and one of my biggest pet peeves. It's kind of nitpicky, but that's just who I am. The series overall wasn't bad. I would have liked to have known what happened or how it ended. I'm not sure I'd read this again anytime soon. It felt very standard. Nothing really stood out. I don't regret reading it at all. However, the omake and the bonus at the end of the comics didn't make sense to me because the featured characters and references were to other Sakura Taisen games, which I have no knowledge of. Besides that, overall, it was okay. A lot of people have seen the anime and get nostalgic from that alone. But being as I only have the manga to go off of, I'm not really sure that it would rate too high. Maybe a 3 out of 5 if I was going to give it a star rating. I don't regret it. I don't think I'll do it again. It is what it is. A fun little cheesy manga. But anyways, that's it for this video. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. If there's a series or character you'd like to see me draw in the future, please leave it in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!